Hi, so I'm going to answer one of my form screen questions with video because I'm in the midst of writing my novel and I'm incredibly bored, and so I kind of want to distract myself for a moment. One of the questions I was asked, and it's actually a question that gets submitted somewhat frequently, which is it generally gets phrased as, "You seem so smart, why do you do porn?" And I guess my response is, why not? Like, I'm not sure why there's the belief that one has to preclude the other. I think probably because, maybe in the old model of doing things, the talent in adult work was probably the most exploited. But I think that, I mean, I can't think of anyone that doesn't really post pictures of themselves or hasn't at some point posted pictures of themselves in a bikini. Or, I mean, you look on Facebook and MySpace and you see people's profile pictures like a bikini and stuff like that, which is equally like, you know, why would you post a picture of yourself in your bathing suit? You know, it just seems like people are actually a lot more accepting of stuff like that. It never even crossed my mind that I shouldn't be doing it when I started. I mean, it just, I felt comfortable in my skin, and people suggested that I do it and that I might enjoy it, that I might have a good time, that I might, you know, and of course, I mean, I would get attention, I would get to document it, and all the reasons that people normally kind of engage in this. I guess on some level you're a little bit of an exhibitionist to start with, and I always have been. But to me, they don't preclude each other, so I guess I don't really have an answer for this video blog. It's more just to say, I don't think one has to preclude the other. I had a straight life, I guess. Like, I did at some point go out and have, like, you know, just like a conventional job and do all those things. And I didn't enjoy, it wasn't as enjoyable to me. It was really stifling. I really didn't like it. All I really knew was that I couldn't have a 9-to-5 job and wear sensible shoes and carry a briefcase. Like, I just could not do it. And I don't think I planned on doing what I do now. I in some ways I just kind of fell into it, but I enjoy myself, and I think that it takes a lot of intelligence to create thoughtful erotica, and I think that erotica and sexual culture is something worth documenting. It's something that's worth doing well. So I feel like it's my job as, say, an intellectual person, even though, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself an intellectual, but it's my job as a thinking woman to contribute. Toni Morrison would probably scoff at the comparison, but she had once said something to the effect of, if you can't find the book that you want to read, it's your duty to write it. And I feel like, if you can't find, the sexual or erotic images that speak to you, if you can't find the stuff, the things that arouse you, that celebrate your sexuality, that it's your job to go out there and create them, and so that your voice is there. I think a lot of times women talk about being neglected in the bedroom or being overlooked when it comes to their sexuality. So I think it's as a thinking woman that feels liberated by being in this kind of work, that it's my responsibility to contribute and to take part in that, and sort of have a voice and say, like, this is what I like. This is another aspect of female sexuality that deserves attention, just like all these other things. So if I wanted to get really philosophical and kind of hipsterish about it and be kind of pretentious, I could say it's my duty. Like, I'm obligated. My intelligence obligates me to carve out a niche in this little sphere of the world. But overall, it's just, I've always been a really sexual person, and I've never been ashamed of my sexuality. I think human sexuality is totally relevant and totally important and worth documenting, and just as valid as any other part of our culture. And I feel like I don't do anything that I'm not comfortable with, and so to me, there is no if-then about it. It's just, I'm intelligent, so I do this intelligently, just like I would be an intelligent lawyer or an intelligent professor or an intelligent doctor. Just like I would bring my intelligence to anything that I did. I've chosen this line of work just because I find it the most emotionally satisfying at this point. And in 10 years, maybe I'll find being a lawyer really satisfying. I don't know. So that's the long answer to the question. Thank you.